All right, boys. Look, man, we back with another video. We got a reaction video today, man. Y'all see the title, bro? This the same dude who made the video that we watched on the most famous 16-year-old criminal. He got another video. This video is called "This Nerdy Teenager Became a $32 million drug trafficker." That sounds crazy. This actually sounds interesting. So let's lock in. We here for 19 minutes. Y'all know me pausing and talking gonna probably make it 30 minutes long. So let's get into it, bro.
Hiking across the Canadian forest, a group of high school boys were on the verge of a mental breakdown. They had just spotted a DEA van stalking them in the woods because inside these kids' backpacks was over 400 pounds of weed. You see,
Damn, nigga, 400? I kind of want to spark up right now, man. I might take me a little flight smoke break, but the vid just started, bro.
these weren't your average high schoolers. These kids had a smuggling empire that had brought in 17,000 pounds of weed, and their parents would kill them if they ever found out. Undetected, the boys dropped to the floor to find a way around it. But Nate Norman, the leader of the group, shushed the others and flicked his night vision goggles.
Bro's name is Nate Norman. You got probably one of the most civilized names I've ever heard in my life, my nigga. How did you get wrapped up? How did you get wrapped up in this, bro?
Nate Norman, the leader of the group, had just made the easiest money he'd ever made with his life. $500,000.
Damn, in high school too? Oh man, I wish I was touching this amount of cheese in high school. I'm a grown ass man and I still ain't seen this much. But you know that could change if y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying, watch the vids and sub up.
In 2001, two rival groups of high school nerds became the biggest drug smugglers in the United States, invading the DEA, FBI, and Border Patrol for years. They had smuggled in 17,000 pounds of weed, making $32 million. But through jealousy, betrayals, and shitty deals, their empires would fall apart before any of them could legally drink.
Hey, that's insane. This story sounds like it's gonna be crazy. Let's get it.
This is the true story of the nerdy teens who became drug kingpins.
All right, let's go. Nate Norman. Let's see how this nigga gets involved into this bullshit. Nigga looks like a civilized guy.
Now, Nate Norman wasn't exactly a criminal mastermind. As a broke 19-year-old high school dropout working at Pizza Hut living in his mom's basement in Idaho, the closest he'd ever gotten to organized crime was watching Scarface on cable. Because with no...
Hey, I feel him though, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with watching some organized crime. I'm pretty sure some of y'all niggas watching this video don't watch some shit like Snowfall or Breaking Bad and felt like them niggas, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If I was Walter White, I would have did that shit too. Fuck him.
Free in a dead-end job, the American dream felt so far away. Nate Norman. Changed one day when Nate and his buddy Topher were smoking a J, flipping through Times Magazine, and stumbled across a story that would change their lives forever. Canada had the best weed in the world, BC buds. Smuggling BC buds across the border? Oh, it's a $7 billion business. Wait.
Hey, my nigga, hold on. So you telling me this nigga was smoking a blunt? This how you know this some high thinking right here. This nigga was smoking a blunt with his homeboy. They saw an ad about Canadian weed business and just said, fuck it, we finna smuggle it too. My nigga, that gotta be the most impulsive act in, like, what the fuck, my nigga?
Idaho's right next to the Canadian border. Now, while people knew Nate delivered pizzas around town, he also delivered sacks. Although Nate's price...
So this nigga was serving pizza, but he'll also drop our nigga off a little dime baggie. Okay.
Were high in his bud quality stuff. But knowing that the best buds in the entire world were just a few hours away, Nate could sell the hell out of it if he could just get his hands on it. So that's when he turned the Topher and said, we should become international drug smugglers. And while this...
That's crazy. What y'all doing if y'all smoking on the blunt with y'all homie and he look over and tell y'all that? I can't lie. These niggas scenarios sound a little good with the setup. I ain't know Idaho was right next to Canada's border like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know shit about the world map, my nigga. If you ask me to fill in a spot on the map, I'll get that shit all fucking wrong, my nigga. So don't even try to ask me. But considering that they shit got the right setup, I'm interested to see how this gonna fucking fall out.
This idea of a criminal enterprise sounds great to a 19-year-old. A pound of weed costs money, and they were both broke. Pizza Hut didn't pay great, and Topher worked part-time at Castle Park.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
But Topher, believing in his best friend Nate, sold an old boat he had dragged out of the lake for $1,400, and assuming that was enough to buy a pound of weed, the two head on the Canada with what...
Wait, nigga, they did what with a boat? They sold an old boat that he dragged out of the lake. Wait, nigga, is it this easy to randomly come up on 1,400, nigga? What? First off, nigga, How did you know you was finna get money for this boat? Second off, how did you know said boat was even out there? Third, how did you know someone was gonna pay for it? What the fuck, nigga? This is already sounding like some lucky ass shit.
And assuming that was enough to buy a pound of weed, the two head on to Canada with what was their life savings. But after coasting through the checkpoint, they quickly realized Canada was not what they thought it was. See, High Times made it seem like people sold pounds of weed on the side of the road, but it really just looked like the U.S., except kilometers. So empty-handed, after hours of searching for a vendor, the two head into a Canadian bar to at least make the trip worthwhile.
My thing is, like, what the fuck did they think was gonna happen when they got to Canada? Like, y'all niggas thought y'all was just gonna get to Canada and niggas was just finna be throwing themselves at y'all to buy the fucking weed? My nigga, no. That's not how shit, that's how you know these niggas ain't know what the fuck they were doing, bro. These niggas thought they were just gonna go to Canada and niggas was just gonna be asking for it.
Maybe Nate's plan was too ambitious, he thought. It almost seemed too easy. But ultimately,
Facts.
Frankie, a regular at the bar, gestured at the two Americans sticking out like sore thumbs. As Nate and Topher walked over to him, they said, "Could you help us procure a pound of flowers? 1 pound?"
Nigga said, can you help us procure a pound of flour? Boy, what type of fucking respectful ass drug deal is that, nigga? You just asked him in the most respectful way possible. Yeah, where the weed at? Type shit. That's what you just asked him in the most respectful way possible, my nigga.
Frankie said he had dozens of Canada's finest, but it was all back in his apartment. And while Nate and Topher tried to contain their excitement, thinking this was their big connect for BC buds, well, old man Frankie had just found his next victim.
Whoa, what, nigga? Wait, what? His next victim?
But inside his crappy apartment, the two realized Frankie actually seemed a bit sketch. But I mean,
Don't tell me he finna try to diddy these boys, bro. Don't tell me he finna try to diddy bop these boys, man. Y'all know what I mean by the diddy shit, too.
Where else were they gonna go? They were desperate. How much cash you got? Frankie said. For 1,400.
Wouldn't have told that nigga how much I had it all until I seen he was for real about the product, my nigga. He's some amateurs right here, boy.
Is that enough for a pound? That's perfect. That's exactly what a pound costs, Frankie said. But as Nate opened up the bag to get a whiff of those BC buds he traveled all this way for, Frankie tells him that wouldn't be wise. I mean, they want to get caught from the smell. So without even weighing...
He finna scam the fuck out of them. Why would you listen to that? Talking about you don't want to get caught by the smell, my nigga. I'm opening what I just bought right in front of you, bitch. You crazy as fuck. Well, that's how you know these some white children who didn't know what the fuck they was doing, boy. But now that I think about it, they smoked weed before. So what the fuck are y'all niggas doing? Do y'all not know to look when you buy?
Smelling or barely even looking at it. The two hand over what was there.
Y'all crazy as hell.
Grandpa, they just met at a seedy Canadian bar.
But that nigga finna get drunk as fuck with that band y'all just gave him, bro.
And with a pound of BC buds in hand, they began the hardest part now. Trying to get home. Now, according to High Times, the Canadian border is 5 times longer than the Mexican one. But there's no...
The Canadian border is 5 times longer than the Mexican one? My God, no wonder niggas don't be trying to hop that border. Fuck.
Fence. I mean, you walked in the woods, next thing you know, you crossed international lines. And while thousands of smugglers hid weed in horse trailers, snowmobiles, sailboats, hollowed out logs, hell, even underground tunnels, hiking weed across the border was just the easiest. But
hiking it across the border? Y'all niggas are sick, bro. First off, nigga, I don't like walking that long, nigga. The bag can't be that worth it to hike across the border. And just like these subtitles say, that's hella risky. Nigga, it ain't never that serious, boy.
But also, the riskiest. So the plan, Nate was going to drive back home by himself, while Topher would smuggle their precious cargo, hiking 11...
Boy, he made the homie carry this shit home while he drove? Oh, that's some bullshit, boy. That's some bullshit. If I was the homie who had to carry this shit home, nigga, you gotta break me off with some free weed and some cash. Cause there's no way in fuck I'm taking this risk and sticking my neck out like this, and I ain't finna get a bigger return on this shit. You're crazy.
Kilometers across the Canadian wilderness filled with bears by himself. Hours later, with dirt on his face, Topher saw his first sign of American civilization. Outback Steakhouse, where there's no rules. It's just right. With Nate parked outside, Topher hopped in for a celebratory smoke of their freshly smuggled BC bud.
Oh God, you gotta light up the new package celebratory.
It seemed like the plan had worked. It had all gone well. But after the first hit, something was off. This wasn't the creme de la creme BC buds.
These niggas got laced, bro.
No, Frankie had sold them Mexican brickweed at B.
What the fuck? Mexican brickweed, nigga? What is that, boy? If I got any Mexicans watching this video, let me know if y'all niggas ever know what the fuck that is, bro. What the fuck?
BC bud prices. Or in other words, this should have been $400 a pound, not $1,400. Frankie had sold them buds that were grown in Mexico, smuggled into the U.S., smuggled into Canada.
So the shit was grown in Mexico and it just done been smuggled around the whole goddamn country, nigga. That shit probably garbage as fuck.
And then smuggled back down.
That shit probably garbage.
That's when they learned you can't trust anyone in the game, including the ancients, the elderly, and the weak. But luckily enough, the weed drought in Idaho was so bad they could actually still make money on this. Nate hit up his old...
Is the weed drought really that bad in Idaho, my nigga, that y'all niggas is smoking Mexican grown bullshit? Because it sound like that shit bullshit, my nigga, honestly. Now that I think about it, Idaho weed probably suck IRL too. Because, my nigga, now that I think about it, I ain't never heard no motherfucker from Idaho that gets high as hell or no motherfucker who goes to Idaho to cop for real. Idaho weed sucks, probably.
Have him sell it on the streets. Scuzz was a connected dude even at 18 years old. Selling it to every hood rat in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Days later, Scuzz came back with $2,800, double what they had.
That's pretty good, my nigga. He doubled y'all profit. I feel like this nigga might want some money for it though, since he just helped y'all out. But at least y'all doubled it.
Bought it for. And with this business model proven to work, Nate turned the Topher and said, High Times was right. Why doesn't everyone do this? Because according to their calculations, Nate and Topher were shocked to find out they could make $3 million in just 14 months. I doubled.
Nigga, I can, boy, I'm glad I enjoy my freedom, bro. Because hearing the thought that I could make $3 million in basically a year and some change, that sounds amazing to me. But the moment I hear my freedom on the line, I think, hell nah. You know what I'm saying? I like to enjoy what I made. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, but looking at the time to money ratio, risk might be worth it, bro. Are y'all risking like potential freedom? I don't know if these niggas go to jail or anything, because I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the fucking story, but I'm assuming he ends up going to jail, right? How, like, are y'all risking it, bro? $3 million in 14 months. After the 14 months, you gotta try your best to get out the game. Y'all doing it or not, bro?
1 pound became 2, became 4, became 8, and Nate was growing more comfortable driving thousands of dollars through the Canadian checkpoint. You know, flashing a little disarming wave and a little lip smile. But today, as he coasted through the Canadian checkpoint driving the Creston, Canada, Nate really thought about it. This was the ticket out for him. He didn't need college. Hell, with a few more smuggle runs, he could buy his mom a car. And if he found a good grower, oh, Nate could make the big bucks. But then in his rearview mirror, he spotted this Canadian...
Ah, shit. Nigga got pulled over by the police when he was going down there to pick up the product, bro. This finna go bad.
He grew louder. Nate Norman was being pulled over by the cops. With American license plates, he knew he stuck out like a sore thumb. As the Mountie parked his car and stepped out, every step he took, Nate could only think about how more he was. But as he rolled down his window, the Mountie said, "So, hey, you guys smuggling?" "Well, because you're not going to get any flour going to Preston. It's a bunch of loggers. You need to go to Nelson. Don't speak."
Wait, what? Nigga, is the cop putting him on game? What?
This is a little warning. Yeah. Getting let off the hook and even a tip on where to find the holy grail of BC.
No way the cop put this nigga on game on what part of the city to go to, my nigga. What the... Is this how Canadian police coming for real, my nigga?
Buzz, Nate was totally wrong. Canada was way different than the United States. Now, bigger than tourism, logging, hell, even maple syrup. In 2001, BC Buzz was a $7 billion a year business.
Damn.
Nelson was the capital of it. But why? Well, Canada had some of the most relaxed bud laws in the world at the time.
I generally feel there's a slightly more humanitarian government around here. It's not into putting people away for the rest of their life for their choice of herbs.
In hydroponic stores that sold tomato growing equipment sprawled all around the city, and the result was the golden age of BC buds that were sought all around the world. And for Nate, this is what High Times was talking about. So walking into several Canadian hydroponic stores, Nate finally found the real BC bud growers that could get him the product to bring down serious weight to the United States. And for Nate, the money would begin pouring in, while millions of Americans were just baked out of their minds with cotton. But not anymore, with today's sponsor, Eric.
All right, and that's when the sponsor gets out of here. All right, buddy. So this nigga went down there and found a connect by going up in these fucking stores and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a dub. Bro really was chasing the bag for real. He better than me. I'm not finna hunt niggas down like this. If I can't find a fucking plug, I'm going back home, nigga.
On a typical run, Native Topher waited until dark and drove within a mile of the border on a remote access road, where Topher, dressed in all camo, would leap out and disappear into the trees. But instead of Nate driving the money over the border, Topher was carrying a hockey bag stuffed with cash for over 7 miles, would exchange with the girl.
Wait, whoa, so he got homeboy walking in the forest with the money to go do the little drop and swap with the product. Okay.
In Canada, head back down to America. While back in the States, he would hand the bag off to Nate, who'd hand off the scuds, who would hand it.
Okay, we got a little assembly line going. So the homie goes and walks through the border, meet up with the plug to get the drop, and they swap. He walked the drugs back to the civilized Nate Norman nigga. Nate go back to the city, give it to the plug, to his little connect. Plug flip that shit, they get the bread, they redo it all over again. That's seeming like how it goes. Now, we halfway through this video and we know this shit fails some way. And I'm already seeing how this gonna fail, my nigga. It's too many people involved in this operation, bro. It's too much middleman shit. You giving this shit to flip to this nigga, he probably gonna wanna cut. The nigga who you giving to, you gotta still give him money. And y'all two niggas still gotta be straight. I can already tell somebody's gonna get mad and it's probably gonna be this nigga who you giving the shit to flip. That's usually how it goes, bro.
Put off the hundreds of dealers. And for all of this, Topher made $1,000 with each.
Damn, that 1K per, I can't lie, that's still a lot to run through that damn border, my nigga. How long was it taking him to run through the fucking border, my nigga? Cause I can't lie, I'm gonna need more than that if I'm running through the border. If he getting through that shit in like, shit, if it's taking him no more than 3 hours to run through that motherfucker, that's a good ass price.
While Nate by this point had pocketed over
150 bands? Boy, he doing this nigga dirty. Nigga, is this your man's or is this your slave, nigga? How is you getting 150 bands per run? But he getting 1 band per run, my nigga. Now, I get it. Nate came up with the idea. Yeah, so he should get some, more compensation based off of this being his idea. That's facts for sure. My nigga, you are driving places and sitting there and waiting and driving. You got homeboy running through borders on foot. And you ain't finna get this nigga more than a band per run? Oh boy, never mind then, my nigga. I thought this nigga, the little middleman motherfucker he had was gonna be the one to fuck it up. But hell nah, nigga. I bet money that this is gonna be how they get fucked up, bro. Like there's no way in hell you telling me.
Got serious about their methods.
Wait, what the fuck? Where is it at? Yeah, this right here. Like, do you mean there's just no fucking way that he doesn't turn on this nigga? I'm gonna be honest. If my best friend offers me $1,000 to run across the border, even if that shit taking me 2 to 3 hours, it's probably not. It's probably taking like 5 to 6 hours, realistically speaking, right? Because niggas get tired and shit like that. Probably cold as fuck too, right? But let's say it's taking 5 hours, 6 hours to get through that border. Even if it is taking 3 hours on some short time shit, 1,000 ain't enough, nigga. He moving his legs, his whole body. First off, he's easier to get caught than you. You in a vehicle, he on foot. It's other things in the forest too, my nigga, not just humans. He got to deal with wildlife and animals. I need about 5 to 10 bands per run. Fuck that. I need 10, 15 per run out there. This nigga crazy for accepting that shit.
For 150 grand, more money than he'd ever seen in his lifetime. You see, VC buds were in demand, and Nate's operation needed to expand. With serious money coming.
All right, 6 months later, what's gonna happen now?
Serious about their methods, Topher hired friends from high school to help him run, since these hauls were too heavy for just one day.
He hiring niggas from high school to help him on the runs. Oh yeah, this where it's finna go bad, boy. It's finna get real fucked up.
Dude, by now, it was 6 Toyota 4Runners filled with run.
How many?
Dude, by now, it was 6 Toyota 4Runners filled with runners that would head towards the border drop point where they would all change.
Damn. All these niggas?
Trees carrying hockey bags full of cash, up to 400 grand. Now, while months earlier they all said they wouldn't be flashy with their money, slowly they all began to get the things they'd always wanted. Four-wheelers, jet...
That's what happens. That's what happens, bro. It's natural.
skis, plasma screen TVs, mini-disc players. Whatever they got, it was the most expensive version of it. Scuzz moved out of his mom's basement and told her he was renting a little crappy apartment, but in reality, he bought a lakeside home. Nate began throwing elaborate lingerie parties, inviting half of the town nearly every other week. And while as the boss, Nate should have been keeping tabs on who was too loud, well, Nate was actually the worst offender.
Are you serious? The civilized Nate Norman, we not finna be flashy. Of course he's the motherfucker who ends up doing it. It's always, I don't even want to say it's always the ringleader who ends up fucking it up. Because it's really not in a lot of the drug shit. In the drug shit, it really be niggas get too greedy or some op in the circle. But yeah, what did this nigga do?
Mansion, several stash houses, and
mansion, stash houses, SUVs, chains.
with 24-inch rims, diamond chains, Dom Perignon, gas and straps, and 8 balls of nose candy. And like most drug dealers, became convinced he would become a rapper, so he bought studio time.
Oh my god. Nigga bought studio time. Nigga, where your lawyer? Nigga, where's your lawyer, buddy? The fuck are you doing?
His drug money.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned as we attempt to commune with devil.
But not all was wild. Nate had found a lovely girlfriend that he had met at a church event.
A girlfriend that he met at a church event? This gotta be some trolling shit. Are we trolling now, my nigga? We trolling, right? Really? This little, what was he, like 17, 18? Like drug trafficker. Then found a girl at a church event. Life funny. Life is a coincidence, bro, I tell you.
Kitty, she was a stripper, and her name was Buffy.
Oh, he said he was joking. Okay, I was gonna say.
Showered her with all of the jewelry, Gucci bags, trips to Cabo, and as foolish as it was to draw all of this attention to himself, Nate had just never been cool in his life. He just couldn't resist while his high school.
That makes sense though. He was probably a little lame, nerdy motherfucker his whole life. He just was a quiet nigga smoking. I can't lie, bro. In high school, I don't like. In school in general, bro, I was never like no real popular motherfucker, but motherfuckers knew who I was, but I wasn't talking to motherfuckers for real. Can't lie, nigga, when I blow up and get my fame, oh yeah, boy, it's gonna be over with. I can't lie, I'm gonna be flexing and stunning on niggas same way these motherfuckers is. You can't blame them, bro.
Friends used to call him the Keebler elf growing up. Those same friends are now working for Nate. But when Nate's mom asked him where he was getting all of his cash from, well, he told her it was his snowplow business.
A snowplow business? It don't even matter, you know what I'm saying? His mom white. She fuck around, believe anything. No racial though. No racism involved in that.
Bought her a lakeside home, and she never asked again.
So he bought her a house and she ain't never bring it up. As parents, I'm convinced parents don't give a fuck as long as they getting theirs. And that's not even just parents, that's people in general, for real.
See, Nate had been a paper boy, a telemarketer, cashier, pizza man, but he learned that the only get-rich-quick scheme that actually works in this world is selling drugs, and Nate
wow.
was damn good at it. A year later...
He's not wrong, though, you know what I'm saying? Selling merchandise is a quick way to come up, but also a quick way to fall, though, too, my nigga.
The crew had swelled to 32 people.
Nigga, is this somebody from High School Musical right here? What the fuck?
They're moving thousands of pounds all over the country. Nate's JD operation, it transformed into a well-oiled machine. But even then, they still had problems. One night, the runners walked into DEA agents sleeping in their truck in the forest. On a 14-below winter night, they lost sight of the...
Damn, nigga, 14 below? Oh, hell nah, boy. We would have had to stay home tonight for this run, nigga. You mean to tell me we smuggling and running across the border in negative 14 degrees weather, bro? Hell no, bro. The money ain't never that serious, nigga. I stay in Chicago. It's cold as fuck. It be cold as fuck during the winter, my nigga. It be like negative 10, negative 5 and shit. You think I'm smuggling drugs in negative 14? While it's snowing and windy and shit in Canada, probably, bro? Fuck no.
Trail and nearly froze to death in the dark. Now, the drive...
They almost froze to death? See, that's crazy, bro. I would have stayed home that night. Niggas would have called me, hey, bro, you coming out for the run tonight to go across the border? Let me check the temperature real quick, gang. Oh, that shit -14? Nah, bro, I'm staying at home. Type shit. Hell no.
Home was arguably the riskiest part of the entire run. So Nate began rigging all the forerunners with explosives, so if they ever got pulled over by the American cops,
What? This nigga, wait. So he put explosives on the car. So if they ever got caught, he could just blow the shit up?
they could just set the lead on fire. You see,
Oh, hell nah, nigga. That gotta be the most level. That's the highest level of fucking get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga ain't have no real plan if he get caught. The plan is blow it the fuck up. Literally, nigga. My goodness.
the stakes were high because getting caught now meant a couple of years in prison. I mean, this is 2002 after all. But to calm the runners...
2002, boy. That's the year I was born and niggas was doing this shit. What?
Anxiety of removing thousands of pounds of buds across the country committing federal felonies. Nate Pinky promised them that if they ever were arrested, just give him a call from the jail, he would pay for their bail and their attorneys, and it would all be good. But
A W man, at least he willing to pay for that shit though. W man.
Topher grew nervous with this flashy lifestyle.
Oh shit, see, look, see, the nigga who was only getting 1 band per run is getting nervous. Look at that. Of course, the nigga who hardly getting any money for the shit gonna start getting fucking nervous. It makes sense, bro. The money, yo, that 1 band ain't worth it, my nigga. I'd be nervous as shit too, bro.
In operation, in fact, Nate could get out of the game, but Nate joked he would never stop until the cops got him, because in his mind, he could just pay for the best attorneys to get him out. So why not go hard? Because that $3 million goal, now that's what Nate now made in a month.
What? 3 million a month, chat? Bro, I need y'all niggas to sub up to me, bro. I'm trying to get like him, you know what I'm saying? I don't even need 3 million a month. Niggas can give me 10, 20 bands a month and I'll be straight. My nigga, that's crazy, though.
So to shut Topher up, he raised his pay to $8,000 a run. Well,
Nigga, he ain't been raised your pay up, nigga. He ain't been raised that shit up. This nigga making 3 mil a month, and he was making 150 a run. And you, so wait. He ain't raised your shit up. Y'all done got all these new niggas working and shit, and he still ain't raised your money up. And this supposed to be your mans? Yo, day one, nigga? Oh, hell no, boy. You crazy as fuck. You crazy as fuck. He would have been raised this money up if this was me, my nigga, or I would have been quit. And he just now giving you 8 bands, nigga. Nigga, at first, when they showed me the 1,000 shit, I was saying I would have needed 10 bands back then. And now he just now giving you 8? Oh, he's fucking you over. Yeah, this nigga's gonna tell for sure, bro. Oh God, he telling.
$1,000 a run, locking his best friend, the guy that had helped him start this entire thing, in golden handcuffs.
Crazy.
But Topher's fears almost came true when a fight broke out over a girl at a 150-person party the crew was hosting. One of Nate's dealers shot a gun in the air to break up the fight, but nobody even heard. So Nate, plastered as hell, shot off a .45 Magnum into the house. The crowd began screaming, everyone scattered, the neighbor...
A bunch of drunk motherfuckers at a party, boy. This is why I don't like, drinking at parties and shit. It don't mix, bro. You could get drunk at the crib by yourself or with your girl or something. You go out to the bars and shit, that's when the shit starts getting bad.
Called the cops, cars sped off and crashed into fences, and Scuzz got pulled over on his way home with 20 grand in his pocket.
Damn, I'm already knowing this nigga this the middleman motherfucker who was flipping. I don't think he telling. The best friend probably would have told though.
Peeing in his pants. The cops, they let him go.
What? What type of luck is that? You got 20K in cash on you and you get pulled over and they let you go? I know he was white. I know he wasn't black. That's for shit show, my nigga. I know that for sure.
The next night, they threw another party at the same house, equally as crazy. See, they felt invincible. They were rich. They were cool.
Yeah, see, now they fucking up because now they doing the party bullshit.
Now the cops either didn't know about their operation or just didn't even care. In Nate's eyes, nobody had gotten hurt. Nobody had gotten caught. Maybe this could just go on forever.
Risk management. All right.
3 a.m., Nate gets a frantic call. Scuzz was robbed by 3 masked men. Broke.
What? How the middleman get robbed, nigga?
Inside of his home, held him at gunpoint, and wanted to know where was the cash and the buds, or else...
Damn, where the cash and the weed, nigga? Oh, boy.
One of the burglars, Giovanni, was going to chop his finger off. Now, for Scuzz, handing them 40 grand in cash and a couple pounds of buds wasn't the end of the world, but Nate had seriously ruffled someone's feathers because they knew not just what they were up to, but also where they lived.
Oh, shit. That's fucked up.
Now, Nate Norman wasn't the only teenager in Idaho who had an enterprise of smuggling in BC buds. Nicknamed Wayne, he was born in Korea and adopted by insurance executives in Idaho. And Wayne had grown up with a perfect life. He played the violin, honorable student, but at 17 years old, the kid broke bad. See, Wayne began running his own wildly successful bud smuggling operation, transforming from the Kumon kid into a wankster driving an Eldorado lowrider, popping oxys and snorting yay all day.
Wait a minute, nigga. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me it's some other motherfucker that's the same age as our main character, Nate Norman? The sense, you know, we gonna call him our main character. This video's about him. It's another motherfucker doing the exact same fucking thing? Nigga, what was going on in this time period?
In many ways, Wayne was a lot like Nate, a nerdy teen who just grew into a drug kingpin, but he was also Nate's polar opposite. You see, Wayne wasn't satisfied in pulling in millions with his friends. Hell no. He wanted the whole market. Now, Nate...
Oh, shit. Oh, this nigga was on some... Okay, I see what this is. If you confused, then just ignore what the fuck I'm finna say. This like Gustavo and Walter from Breaking Bad. You know what I'm saying? Gustavo want the whole market. Walter just want his cash. You know what I'm saying? Nate is Walter in this situation. Real shit.
Knew of Wayne and other dealers in town, but figured there was so much money in the game that everyone could eat good. But no, Wayne's thriving business had been falling apart since Nate's arrival, and Wayne was growing.
Hey, this is crazy. This is a crazy meme to show how this nigga was out of business. This is wild, bro. This is wild.
He's desperate to gain back his market share. Sniffling his nose after racking a couple lines, Wayne called up his old roommate Giovanni.
And I'm gonna be honest. This is how you know these niggas is finna be cooked. Because if you ever doing some illegal activity in your life, I hope none of y'all watching this video is doing any illegal activities in your life. You know what I'm saying? But if you are around someone, or you know someone, or do business with someone who, you know what I'm saying, play with their nose or take any pills, leave them people the fuck alone, bro. Because I promise you, the moment you do the little slightest thing that agitate them and they off that shit, it's raps. No curry, my nigga.
Job proposal. A hit job to take out Nate Norman.
Oh, fuck. Nah, y'all gotta chill out on my nigga Nate, bro. Nate, go smoke these niggas, bro. It's time to slide now.
$1,000 for the job with a
$100K bounty on his head with a $5,000 down payment. Nigga, I ain't never know bounties had a down payment, my nigga. Since when do bounties have down payments, bro? What the fuck?
$1,000 down payment up front that he would give him later. Giovanni, a dude who had never committed a crime in his life, said why not? So Giovanni called his friends and headed to the Kmart to buy supplies for him.
I feel like Giovanni go push out, bro. He just said this nigga ain't never committed a crime in his life. Giovanni go push out.
Hit job. A tarp, gloves, windbreakers. Wayne gave him a couple handguns and, for good measure, a knife as well. Since Giovanni thought, well, you can't have fingerprints if you don't have fingers. Now, Wayne figured it'd be a really simple job. To exonerate himself on the night of the hit, he threw himself an alibi party to be seen by as many people as not
This nigga smart.
murdering Nate. But instead of Giovanni doing the hit that night, they broke into Scuzz's apartment, stealing the pounds of bud and $40K in cash. Because Giovanni still hadn't received that $5,000 down payment yet. So we thought, why not make some extra money robbing Nate's crew first and then murdering Nate?
God, these niggas is about business, boy.
Now, when Nate heard about Scuzz's robbery, he figured it was the cartel or maybe some other gangbangers in town, but he didn't even realize he was in a turf war with the only other nerdy kingpin in town, Wayne. And for the first
Imagine being in a my nigga, imagine you like a drug lord and you look like this nigga, bro, and you think the cartel coming after you or some shit. Meanwhile, it's another random nerdy nigga just like you, except he's Chinese, nigga. That's crazy as fuck. And you know the Chinese nigga probably smarter, so he's cooked.
First time, Nate was truly spooked. He He moved out of his house, rented another one.
Boy, nigga got gone. He said this nigga got gone, bro. This nigga moved out. Oh my god. How did he get their addies though? Like, how did he get their addies, my nigga?
Handgun under his pillow. And Nate would try to lay low the rest of that summer, moving in with Buffy. But after breaking both of his arms flipping over his dirt bike, Nate developed a serious addiction to painkillers. And even
what? Nigga broke both of his arms, so now he got addicted to Oxycontin. This is all bad, nigga. This is all going downhill. And it's not even going downhill how I thought it would go downhill.
even worse, Buffy couldn't even take care of him. She had gotten a blue drug. Nate was living in fear, addicted to painkillers, and worst of all, his girlfriend had really good news.
Wow.
November.
So this is sounding really fucking bad. Niggas in the hospital and he's addicted to meds now. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to make a prediction of how I think this could go, bro. I don't even know.
2002, a lumberjack discovers a murdered boy in the forest. Now, police identify the boy as Brendan Butler. Brendan's parents were in shock. They told the cops he had played the violin. He was an honor roll student, a traditional good boy. I mean, who the hell would end his life? But digging further, the cops discovered Brendan Butler lived a double life. Under the nickname of Wang, he was a...
Oh, shit. Nigga, that was the Chinese nigga? The Chinese nigga got like that? What the fuck?
big-time dealer distributing buds all over the United States. And that his #1 business rival is Nate Norman. Now, when the headlines broke of Wang's death, Nate told his crew, who was questioning him about it, that he had no involvement in it. But I mean,
Who off the bro then?
really knew at this point? Nate had transformed from a pizza delivery driver living in his mom's basement to a kingpin with a smuggling empire that even the cartel was jealous of. It just didn't seem out of the question that Nate could be involved, but Nate was having bigger problems to throw. Now that month, some of Nate's dealers got picked up by the cops who found cash, drugs, and guns on.
Ah shit, yeah, you know it's rap. If they start getting all your little street minions, oh, it's over, nigga. They get all your street goons, they coming for you next. It's over. Yeah, he's cooked.
Jail, the dealers took their customary one phone call, and that's when the cops heard them saying, "Tell Nate, I'm in jail."
Oh yeah, boy. Cops heard that shit and they said, "Oh yeah, Nate, go find that nigga."
The DEA, the FBI, and Homeland Security now knew that Nate Norman was the guy behind this entire operation. But what happened to Wang, or Brendan Butler?
Yeah, who killed bro?
Now you see, Wang had no idea his own hitmen were pissed off at him. He was so coked out.
Nigga, don't tell me his own people got him. His own people.
And on drugs, he literally forgot he owed them money. So withholding that $5,000 for months, Wang took Giovanni and his crew to the forest where he wanted Nate's body to be buried when the murder was done. Now there, Giovanni asked him again for the down payment. Wang said, "Don't worry about it, bro." Giovanni got pissed. Wang told him to chill out. Giovanni grabbed Wang by the neck, squeezing.
Oh boy, he got this little druggy nigga. He got his little druggy ass boy. He caught you with your hands in your nose, nigga. So I say caught you with your pants down, nah, nigga. Caught you with your hands in your nose, playing with your shit. You should have just gave him his fucking money. That's fucked up. That's fucked up though. Your own niggas killed you.
Giovanni did not know how to stop what he had started. Choking Wang to death, Gio slashed his throat to hide the fingerprints, took the cash on him, and left Wang's body on the exact spot that Nate's body was supposed to be buried.
That is wild as fuck, bro. That is wild as shit. I thought this nigga was gonna end up folding and not killing Nate. This nigga killed his own boss. Did he take over the empire after? That's what he should have did. Shit, but nigga like me, I'm taking over the empire now that I done killed the boss. Shit, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would have did. I would have been like, all right, nigga, I'll run this shit now. Okay, I just killed Wang. Now I don't know. This nigga named Giovanni. Yeah, now Giovanni's in charge. That's what I would have said.
But now with the body being found, and the murder, and the fingers, and the money, Nate knew it was probably time to step out of the game. Now, with the heat on Nate's crew thinking that he could be responsible for Wang's murder, all of the runners would meet at a stash house at dawn to pack up all of their things and skip out of town. But instead, when they got there, they kicked around, smoking weed, reminiscing on the good times. And it
makes sense.
Right then and there, across 4 states, serving 6 warrants, the FBI arrested
16 warrants?
runners, managers, dealers, everyone, except for Nate Norman.
Damn.
You see, while the cops have been tracking Nate Norman ever since Wayne's murder, somehow he had outwitted the FBI, the DEA, Homeland Security for months, the same way he had avoided Giovanni. But without Nate there to pay off his crew's bail and all of their attorney fees, one by one, they all began to rat out Nate Norman.
Damn.
With the entire operation. But once Nate heard the feds had turned the crew on one another and told them all they were all going to go to jail for a very long time unless they got everyone, Nate Norman walked into the police station and the cops could not believe their eyes. They were expecting a hardened criminal mastermind, but they got a kid that used to deliver pizzas.
Boy, they walked in, they said I bet money they thought this nigga was coming in here to snitch. I bet money they thought this nigga was coming in here to snitch. They probably walked up on him like, oh yeah, bro, what you need? Like, you would like to report a crime here? That, nah, I'm Nate Norman. They thought, what the fuck? Ain't that you? Like, Nate Norman, they asked me. Type shit. Like, that's exactly how it went down.
And while the feds estimated 2,500 pounds were smuggled in reality, they had moved over 17,000 pounds of weed.
Damn, 17,000 pounds, bro. Sheesh. I just need one of them right now.
Netting them $32 million. Barely out of the
God.
kids had embarrassed the United States government, and somebody was going to take the fall. Giovanni was sentenced to life in prison for the murder
Damn.
of Brendan Butler.
So he got caught for that?
Were given 2 years in the slam, and Nate Norman would get 12 years.
And Nate got 12 years. This was in 2002, bro, so he's out by now probably, unless he got off while he was in jail. Hopefully this nigga Nate Norman is living a good life, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing no crazy shit. It was illegal activity back at the time, but y'all know weed illegal now. Weed always been acceptable in my opinion. He wasn't smuggling no crack or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't ruining nobody's life for real. Bro's a good guy in my book. Bro just wanted some cash for real. You know what I'm saying? It be like that.
The twist of fate, had it not went down the way it did, Nate probably wouldn't be alive. Today, Nate Norman...
On God, he wouldn't be alive. Real shit, he needs to thank Giovanni for waiting for his fucking money. If Giovanni was a loyal ass nigga and just went to go kill him right when he heard the offer of the money that nigga had, Nate would be cooked. Only reason Nate is alive is because Giovanni didn't get his down payment to go finish him off. If he would have got that $5,000 down payment, Nate would have been fucked. So he got to thank Giovanni for that, for sure, for real, honestly. Yeah, he still served 12 years in jail. His niggas is kind of bogus for telling on him. But I mean, like, I guess they're not really bogus because he told them that he was going to pay their shit. But I guess once shit started getting too close, he stopped paying their shit. And that's how it be for real. Like it makes sense why he stopped paying that shit. But hey, bro, at least niggas is out now.
He actively runs an AC business. It seems like life for him.
Oh, he runs an AC business now? W, bro. This goes to show you boys. Even if you go to jail or make mistakes in your life, bro, you can still have a solid life afterward, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to jail though, bro. That will fuck you up. But anyways, boy, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what other videos y'all want me to react to, bro. I'm probably gonna watch another video on his channel. I'll be interested in the little crime shit, as you can see. And this dude has a good video, so I'm gonna like this video up. His original video is in the description if y'all would like it. I'm probably gonna watch America's Dumbest Heist from him next. That shit 30 minutes long, so be ready for that. If it's anything else y'all want me to react to, let me know in the comment section below. Or if it's any other games or anything y'all want, let me know in the comment section as well, bro. Love y'all niggas, and I'm out, bro. Peace.